us. It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
Hey, good morning. It's Tuesday. Adjust the microphone stands. Get ourselves ready to roll for another great day, another great show.
Hey, look at the uniform choice.
I know. I was going to say quarter zip. Is that grayish? I can't tell. Or is that a hunter green? I can't tell because I got spots in my eyes from the eclipse.
Did you ever just do it? It's like, well, if I look at it for a millisecond, it'll be okay.
I did it yesterday for a second because
Johnny.
because I was trying to first. I put the glasses on and I couldn't see anything because it's so dark.
Yeah.
And then at one point I was like, well, "Where is the sun?" And because I saw the the curve and I saw the moon going over the sun, and I was like, you know what? I wonder if I can see that without the glasses. And then of course I saw spots for about 10 minutes afterwards.
Let me see. I'm gonna close my eyes. Nope.
Yeah.
I protected my eyes yesterday.
Yeah. Let me see. Oh man.
You see the spot still?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Polka dots everywhere. All right. We got a lot to get to here this morning. Let's start it off with what's happening in the news.
WSJM News now. Team coverage from the WSJM newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Here are some of the local stories we're following for you today. Michigan State Police are investigating an officer-involved shooting in St. Joseph Township that happened last night. A 42-year-old man from Tennessee is dead after confronting police in what's described as a violent altercation. That's after the man allegedly ran his semi-truck into a house. According to the Michigan State Police, the incident started late yesterday afternoon when St. Joseph Township Police were responding to a welfare check involving a subject operating a semi-tractor trailer. The officers located the man and his vehicle in Coronde Park near River Bend Drive in St. Joseph Township. When police confronted the man, he crashed into a patrol vehicle and several other vehicles before crashing into a residence. The man then exited his vehicle and fled on foot. Officers pursued. We're told the violent encounter escalated from there. That's when one officer ended up shooting the suspect. That man was transported to Corwell Health and later pronounced dead. The officer sustained minor injuries and is on paid administrative leave pending an incident review. The suspect's autopsy and toxicology report will be forwarded to the prosecutor's office. Michigan State Police is leading the investigation. They say they are going to conduct a thorough review. Police are looking for new information regarding a break-in at a Dollar General that happened in Niles last February. Michigan State Police say the incident occurred just before midnight on February 17 at the store on Detroit Road in Howard Township. They believe the suspect shattered the front door glass to get in. We now have video footage from the store that shows a white male in a camouflage jacket wearing an orange face covering taking items. The police now believe that the suspect lives near the store because he arrived and left on foot. Anyone with information on the suspect is asked to contact the Michigan State Police Post in Niles. Students from the University of Michigan did more than just look at Monday's solar eclipse yesterday. U of M Aerospace Engineer Associate Professor James Cutler and a group of students headed to the Path of Totality just south of Fort Wayne to both watch the eclipse and conduct some research. Cutler said they were looking at how the atmosphere changes as the moon blocks the sun.
So the eclipse, when it occurs, there'll be like a 10-degree drop in the air. It'll get colder. That temperature change creates fluctuations in the atmosphere. Those fluctuations kind of ripple out like a pebble in a pond. And our balloons will help measure that rippling and helps us better improve our models for studying weather.
Cutler says his team was sending balloons about 20 miles into the sky to gather information. He says you can follow the team's work by going to mxl.space. That's the University of Michigan's Exploration Laboratory website.
Whoa.
See where those balloons are going. Because you felt the chill when the eclipse happened.
Yeah, even with our little sliver that we had. Yeah, I can't imagine.
I kept saying to Stephanie, hey, feel the eclipse breeze as it goes on, because it came through. It's very, very interesting. One more story. There will be some work done this year at a couple of parks in St. Joseph. following action last night by city commissioners. They approved spending about $50,000 to repave the walking path at Milton Park and $12,000 to add more ADA-compliant parking spaces at Riverview Park. St. Joseph Public Works Director Greg Grothaus tells us the current path at Milton Park is more than 40 years old.
Contractor will basically demo the existing asphalt, use that as a base, and then they'll repave over basically the existing path. They'll remove some of the roots that are causing some of the problems, improve the base using the existing path as part of that, fill in where needed, and repave it with 2-inch thick, 5-foot wide walking path.
Commissioners could have saved a little on repaving by excluding areas near two entrances, but they decided to keep the walking path configuration as is. Grothaus hopes that the work can start by Memorial Day. The ADA spaces being installed at Riverview Park will be near the Woodbine Lodge and the playground. It's also hoped that that can be done by Memorial Day. In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
All right. And coming up here in just a little bit, we'll get to sports. Right now, let's find out what's happening around the nation and the world with ABC News.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Press.
Good morning, everybody.
Hello. Happy
Good morning
Tuesday.
to Bill. Good
Morning, Bill.
to Jeff.
Hello, Jeff.
And Bill, our resident Walmart greeter. Good morning, Jeffrey. And good morning, Bill.
Guys, it's good to see you.
Good morning to Alan/Carla, which I believe it's Carla.
Hey,
if I
Carla.
remember. Watching and listening to this fine award-winning program as we it's a quarter zip kind of day.
It's a quarter zip day.
Yours is a light quarter zip though, right?
Very much so.
Mine's more of a sweater, like
Oh.
a little thicker.
We've got new outfits coming soon.
Yeah, when are those showing up?
I don't know, but we had to get our order in.
Yeah, we get to match. We get to not only do you and I get to match, but we get to match with everybody in the entire building.
Yeah, how
Because
cool is that?
Everybody's getting quarter zips. Is it cool? I think, yeah. I'm excited about getting my own quarter zip. I'm not so excited with the fact that every time I end up matching with somebody, hey twin, hey
you got
twin,
the memo,
and that's going to happen probably 50 times. So that I'm not looking forward to, but yeah. But the matching, or at least the quarter zip that we're going to get, they look cool. So
yes.
but yeah, I get to be outside today.
Oh, what are you going to do today?
The Berrien County Recycling event is happening today.
That's right.
So good. That's why I was a little late this morning. I was packing up my car. You know, I always do this. I should have packed my car up yesterday with items and things that I needed. But no, I, of course, said, I'll do it in the morning.
That's why you were running a little bit.
I was like, I'll do it in the morning. I'll be fine.
I kept checking my phone. It's like, I wonder if Johnny forgot his fob again.
Yeah, no. I was like, oh, I just got to pack this up, pack this up, pack this up. I think this is all I need. These are the things that I'm going to recycle. And then I looked at my watch and I was like, oh, man, I am late. This is not good. Hopefully I get there in time. But no, I able to pack up some foam.
Foam?
Yeah,
foam.
Yeah, foam.
To
Like
dispose of.
packaging stuff,
Okay.
random foam that I've been collecting from TV, and other random boxes of stuff.
Do you remember the styrofoam peanuts?
Have you? I still get peanuts.
You still get those?
Mhm.
I haven't. Fortunately, nothing that I've purchased that required the foam packing has had the peanuts because those things are horrible.
Yeah,
horrible.
Now you get the balloon things, the little puff. Stuff.
I like those.
Yeah,
the
I
dog
do too.
hates those.
No.
Because we pop those every single time.
The peanuts, and there was a guy, believe here in the state of Michigan, that has his own foam packaging that is it is safe for dogs and children.
In case they're hungry?
Well, because, that's the thing. You get a package, and if you got kids crawling around or dogs crawling around, what are they going to do? Before you get a chance to clean that up, what are they going to do? Grab it and put it in their mouth. Well, these are non-toxic, and I believe in St. Joe, Stevensville somewhere.
Okay.
So yeah, but yeah, I get those peanuts every once in a while.
Okay.
But most of the time, it's the puff things. When I worked in paper, and I was shipping paper all the time. We didn't use those things. We used we would usually just use some sort of paper. Like we would use paper to make sure the paper was safe. We would have some foam stuff that you could stuff in there that was kind of to make sure things weren't wobbling around.
Okay.
But a lot of times we would just take, crumpled paper or whatever and put it in
stuff
there
it in
to
the
kind of
sides.
stuff it in the sides and make it not move, which worked out great.
Yeah.
We had no complaints.
I like the, I like all of it, but whatever is most responsible. But I like the one where you put the plastic bag around whatever it is you're shipping, and then they put the foam in there.
Oh yeah.
So it's exactly whatever it's protecting, cushioning.
Yeah, those
that's
are
fun.
cool. Yeah,
that's fun.
Where it's like almost like the great stuff. Yep, the expandable foam.
Yeah, expandable foam. I love that stuff.
Yeah,
so
it
much
is
fun.
cool. It is fun, but very not so fun when you get it everywhere.
Oh, and it's sticky. It's very sticky. Yeah,
it's just a mess. Yeah, great stuff.
I think I finally got it off my hand.
Yeah, but that's something I think people don't think about doing at their house. Like when they're sending something away, like if they're selling something on eBay, it's like, well, this idea of packaging, maybe I do get like a garbage bag type thing and fill it up with this foam and do that. But of course, you don't want the mess because you don't want to damage the product you're selling.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get back to the show here.
Oh, okay.
Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
Yes, it is, and you can be a part of it in so many different ways. We are streaming live on our Facebook, YouTube, and X right now. If you would like to go there, say hello, and tell us about your day.
Eclipse.
Tell us your Eclipse experience.
Yeah.
We did have
anything special to share.
What do we have? We had Jeff, who says, I didn't experience the 360-degree sunset view that those in the path of the eclipse, but that looked amazing.
Huh.
Yeah, I had friends that not only a friend that lives in Indianapolis, but another friend of mine that lives in Grand Rapids went down to see that friend in Indianapolis with his son so that they could experience the total eclipse that happened through that path. And they said it was awesome.
Yeah.
And saw some photos as well.
I heard rumor that there were some traffic jams of people on the highway trying to get south.
See, that's
as well.
That's the thing is because I even yesterday was like, you know what? If I left here at like noon, I'd probably get there with plenty of time to get wherever they are and hang out for a little while and check out the eclipse.
Yeah.
And then I thought, I'm having this thought, and so are probably thousands of other people.
Yeah, tens of thousands.
So I'd rather just, and I don't like being around a lot of people all the time. Large groups of people make me nervous. So I thought, I'll just sit in the backyard with the dog.
What are you dropping over there? Just throwing pens
Dropping
down?
my pen.
Oh, okay.
I like to have a pen in my hand.
Oh,
like Bob Dole.
There you go.
Anyways, so yeah, our experiences were pretty good. You had some pretty cool pictures.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, I had the little welding lens filter that I was using for my phone and trying to see which way. And fortunately, I mean, it takes 90 minutes for the whole thing to transpire.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of practice in on different modes of filter and live photo versus zoom in, all that other stuff. So
I thought of you the other day or yesterday when Jocelyn was telling me about all the groups of people that she saw where she's like, oh man, there's like 100 some people that were outside just all looking up. And, the best part was staring at all the people. And I thought, man, this would be a great opportunity for somebody that has a drone.
Oh, yeah.
To just pop a drone up there and just get a view from the top of a building, get a view of all the people looking up.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the true story and experience that I think is cool to capture. Because my phone is not going to do it justice. And I don't have a big fancy camera with a huge filter on it. And I know the people that do have that, TV stations and photographers that do have that, they're going to capture the photos. I don't need to worry about it. And that's one thing that everybody said is live in the moment. Stop with the photos and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So hopefully you and everybody else had a chance to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. And share the photos on social media. You want to post it on that WSJM's Facebook page. Love to see them.
Yeah.
Because some of the photos I took, there's like fractal reflections of the different.
Yeah. And I'm worried that
it's all kinds of different.
It looks like night vision.
And it looks like night vision. It looks like eyes are staring at you.
Yeah. Kind of eerie, but yeah. And like one of the photographers down in Indianapolis got some really cool photos.
Animals were doing weird things yesterday.
Yeah. Animals of the furry kind and human animals were doing some crazy stuff.
Do you want to talk about the squirrel rescue?
Yes, tell me what, because we have a list, as we always do, of the things we need to talk about, and I usually put blurbs of things and stories, but then you just put like 2-word explanations of things, and all you have listed here is well, I think it's not you do things to tease me a little bit so that I can get in. I'm like, ooh, that looks interesting.
That sounds
good.
Look
at that.
Yeah.
Squirrel rescue. What happened with a squirrel rescue?
Well, so yesterday everyone was thinking about the eclipse. Those who were looking skyward were getting quite a show. And then people were also wondering, okay, what's the effect on animals going to be?
Right.
Because animals in the past, they've done different animals do different things. Some of them mate. Some of them start screaming. Some of them run for cover because they don't know what's happening during an eclipse. But yesterday, after all was said and done, after I was getting ready for bedtime and everything else, I'm upstairs. Stephanie's downstairs, and all of a sudden, I hear a panic yell from her. She's calling me to come downstairs. I think, oh no, she's let the dog out. The dog's running away. What's going on?
Yeah.
And she says, I say, what? She says, come down here. So I go downstairs. There's a squirrel caught in our bird feeder.
No, like his head?
I'm getting ready for bed.
Yeah.
And there's a squirrel caught in the bird. No, we have those little shepherd's crooks or poles. And there are 2 of them. And now I'm thinking about the design of that, but there are 2 of them back to back.
Yeah.
And it has slid down in between the 2.
Oh no.
And can't get out. Half of its body is behind, half of its body is in front, and it's just sitting there looking at me like
you caught the squirrel's tail?
No, the whole body.
The whole body.
It's probably wedged on his rib cage. And
so you're not talking like when you stick your head into a spindle like the staircase, that kind of moment where like he's like, I can get in but I can't get out.
Yeah. Yeah, and the more he tries to struggle, the kind of tighter it gets.
Sure.
And so the poor little guy, he's breathing heavy. He needs to get out.
Were you able to grab this squirrel and get it out of there?
Would I put my hand on a squirrel? No.
Well, no.
Absolutely.
Were you able to take the shepherd's hooks and
that only
Superman
that,
the thing? And
well, so kind of, because when I started doing that, I thought, okay, well, I got a broom.
Oh, okay.
I got a broom, and the broom has a little eyelet on the top of it. And I grabbed one of the shepherd's crooks, and I started pulling one of the things open. But as I do that, all it does is it lets the squirrel slide down a little further.
Oh, no.
And then I let it go, and he's like, ah! So he's getting angry. So then I think, okay, that's not going to work. So I use the broom, and I give it to him like I hand it to him.
Here, sweep yourself out, dude.
No, I hand him the edge of the broom. And he actually grabs onto it. He knows what's going on. He grabs
his little squirrel
with
hands.
his little squirrel hands.
Aww.
Yeah, and he looks at me like, "Oh, thank you so much." And so I start to try to lift up, and his hand strength, his arm strength, isn't enough to stay on the broom. So it's like, okay, well, now what am I going to do?
And Stephanie didn't film any of this.
I don't know if she filmed it. I looked at her and I looked and I saw the phone in her hand.
Because this is a great moment.
Well, because I've got the thing, and as it's grabbing onto the broom, I'm thinking it's gonna run up this broom, and I'm gonna be
it's gonna go all around
it's gonna
your shirt,
bite me, and all that Chevy Chase stuff. So then, after the front arms didn't work, I thought, okay, well, maybe I can push up his back end and just leverage him out that way. That one was immediately no go, because the moment I started touching his back end privates with the broom, he was like, made it sound like I've never heard a squirrel make before.
Right.
So
you were too close to the nuts, man.
yeah, exactly. It's like those are meant to be buried. So anyway, long story short, somehow, I don't know, I was half asleep anyway. I had the broom, I pulled the pole. I had to get a little closer than I wanted to with the squirrel. He got out, he jumped out and went up into the nearby tree and said, "All right, when are you going to get away from the bird feeder? Because I'm hungry."
So he would wait. So he didn't learn his lesson.
He did not learn his lesson.
You know what? This guy got me out.
Yeah, I'll just do this again.
He's going to get me out again. Now that he's finally figured out the way in order to get me out quickly, this is the way to do it. So I think what you need to do is you need to grease up the poles a little bit.
Well, some butter, some shortening,
some
or
Crisco
something like that.
or something. Yeah. That's probably the best thing to do.
It's not a bad idea. But yeah, once he got out. It was all a blur how he got out. I was just happy that he didn't crawl up me, start biting or something.
Yeah, that's the toughest part when you want to try to save an animal that's in distress. It's like, ooh,
yeah.
Because I'm a worst case scenario kind of person. And I'm just like you, where I'm thinking, well, if I grab this, he's gonna do this. If I grab this, this is what's gonna happen. Yeah, because just like what Jeff is saying, those claws, they're sharp, scratch your skin.
Oh yeah.
Probably they get rabies, right? You think you get rabies from them? Right?
I don't know.
You can get something. You can get something you probably don't want.
Yeah. Anything that a squirrel has, I really don't want.
Yeah. But then again, on the other side of things, I also think what if I spare this animal's life? I save this animal's life, and then I start to think maybe I become like a squirrel master, and then he's gonna worship me and say this is the man that saved my life. I owe him.
Oh boy.
And then he'd be like my sidekick.
Yeah.
That could have happened to you, Ken.
This squirrel, he's going to be so enamored with me now. He's going to run out in front of me when I'm driving, and I'm going to careen my car into a tree. Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. Or he's going to be. I hope that he next time he's eating out of the bird feeder. Yeah. You guys lock eyes, and you have that look of just understanding, where it's like, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Yeah. You did something yesterday.
I thought you'd enjoy that.
I really appreciate that story. And I'm sure other people did as well. And that was,
so poor little guy.
Did you name it?
No, I've not named him.
Do you name animals that come to your backyard on a regular basis?
No.
We usually do.
Yeah.
We have a pair of we have a dove.
Okay.
That
What's
just
the
had name? I don't know. Jocelyn knows. She comes up with the names. She's like, yeah, it looks like a Theodore. Or it looks like this one's a girl dove. Just had 2 babies.
Oh,
2 teenagers.
How nice.
So they were both hanging out in the backyard. Yeah, I'm just sitting there letting the dog out, and right on one of the lawn chairs, there's 2 little doves that just stop there. And
that sounds nice.
Yeah, they're adorable. I was able to snap a picture of the mom and the 2 kind of preteens.
Okay.
Is what they seem like.
Very nice. They push them out of the nest.
Yeah, they push them out of the nest, and anytime their mom's like, Mom, where's the worms? Feed me some food.
I'm hungry.
Yeah. Where's the lasagna? All right. So more other animal-related stories and animal rescue stories coming up later on, but there's a lot of other things to get to. This morning, we'll catch you up with sports, news, and your Bloomberg Market Minute is next.
Loan rates are trending downward.
Maybe Squeaky.
Squeaky
the squirrel.
Well,
because he was squeaky.
Yeah. Speaking of Squeaky, did anybody get any video of tortoises mating?
I
didn't see those videos, because you had mentioned this before.
That's right.
Speaking of animal
Galapagos tortoises,
that they would mate during the eclipse.
Let's see. The Galapagos Islands were not in the band of totality. So that'd be great. A baby boom of baby tortoises. What do we got there for comments?
Speaking of worst case scenario, Jeff says somebody in Lake Tahoe a couple years ago caught the plague from a squirrel.
See, I could see that happening.
Yeah. Bill said he'd love to see some videos from it. So if Stephanie was able to get video, I doubt she did, just because sounded like she was in so much distress that she probably wasn't thinking.
She was very concerned, and
there's some comedy in this.
There's some comedy in this, but the really, really funny thing is I mean, she will beat on the window when she sees the squirrels at the bird feeder, like, you get off of there,
right? And
now here she is, like, you got to save him. It's like, well, but he's getting his just desserts. I mean, this is evolution right there.
Right.
The Darwinian principle in effect.
Yeah, we have I have a neighbor across the street that has all these feeders, and they'll knock on the windows to get the squirrels and stuff to go away. But I was like, wait, but you built these things and you made the holes large enough to where a squirrel can just pop right in and grab whatever stuff. Were you expecting this for just birds?
Yeah.
No. We've got we don't do the, like, now is this,
maybe they need to put a little sign on it, birds, like a bird symbol.
Only, yeah. Squirrels not allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you think about it, the squirrel's like, oh, they put food out again for us. So
of course.
They make it so tough to get to, though.
Like, oh, well, birds are the only ones that like nuts and, peanut butter and things like that. And no.
Yeah.
We've got the suet cakes. That's what we usually do.
That's what we use.
Those are great.
Love those. Do you get the ones with the chili powder in them so they deter the squirrels?
Oh, do they?
They're supposed to.
Well, they didn't work for you.
No, they didn't.
Chili powder?
Yeah, you put chili powder in there, and I think some of the woodpeckers like that. They prefer that. And for the squirrels, they don't like it.
We saw a grackle. We had a grackle in the backyard.
Those are fun.
Yeah, they're great.
You sure it wasn't a cowbird?
Pretty sure it was a grackle.
I just love the name grackle.
We get a lot of the grackles in our backyard.
Yeah.
With grackles, doves. We had all kinds of different stuff in the backyard. Of course, the worms. Worms are everywhere.
Oh, that's why they're there. They love it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we saw a bird the other day get like a big old worm, like enough to where it had to like toss it up in the air and catch it because it was so big. Big squirrels. The squirrels, I don't think that the squirrels will get caught in anything. The squirrels that I have in my backyard, they're huge. They're like cat size. I don't know what they're eating.
Are they gray squirrels?
They're all different colors.
Okay.
I've got one really cool one that I like. I have not named this one.
Yeah.
But it's one that is black with a brown tail.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Those are cool. Yeah, I've got gray ones. I've got brown ones. I've got just about any color squirrel.
Those with the black ones with the brown tail, those are the ones that escape from the lab.
Probably. No, those are the ones that are rebels. They're like, I'm gonna dye my hair.
Oh, that's like a mohawk?
Yeah, it's like a mohawk.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
We got some jokes in here. We got some jokes. Teresa says, hey, what did the moon say to the sun during the eclipse?
Okay. I don't know. What did the moon say to the sun?
Just passing through. LOL.
Nice one. Very good.
I saw one joke that was a son talking to his father. He said, hey, Dad, tell me about the solar eclipse. And he said, no, son. Thank you. Ayo. That is not my joke. That is a joke I saw on the internet. So I cannot take credit for that.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Eclipse.
Eclipse who?
Totally. Total. I don't know. That's stupid. I just made that up. As you could tell, there was a recall on hand sanitizer.
Workshop in there. I love that you're changing the subject immediately.
There's a recall on hand sanitizer. We should talk about that.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a moment.
Okay.
That's not good because I have hand sanitizer in my car all the time.
I think everyone has hand sanitizer everywhere now, and I really hate the inconsistency of the sticky factor.
Yeah.
Some of them are great. Some of them just leave me with a weird coating on my hand.
The sticky, the smell, the quick dryness, all that stuff. We will talk about hand sanitizer because I had a moment over the weekend that really made me upset, and I feel like there should have been more hand sanitizer readily available, and it wasn't.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it was making me really angry. So yeah, we'll work through our anger here in just a moment.
All right.
So let's get back to the show.
Jonny and Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
just past 7:30. It's Tuesday, April 9th, the day after the solar eclipse. So now we wait. If you have not seen the solar eclipse, didn't have a chance to see it, if you're in North America, you got to wait like, 20 years or something like that?
Yes.
But you could be an eclipse chaser and go find it somewhere else around the world. But for today, it's going to be a nice sunny day and stray rain possible, but it should be all right. High 67 later tonight. We're looking at some clouds and a low down to 42. Small chance for some rain tomorrow as well. But lots to get to here this morning. We've been talking a lot on our live stream about a ton of different stuff. So if you want to go check that out, you can. Would love for you to do that. Like, subscribe, and follow, and all that other good stuff. We are going to be talking about hand sanitizer.
Yes.
In just a little while. So some riveting conversation.
Yeah, recall coming up. Maybe.
All right. So we'll talk about that in a moment. But first, let's find out what's happening in the news.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Here are some of the local stories we're following for you today. Michigan State Police investigating an officer-involved shooting in St. Joseph Township last night. A 42-year-old man from Tennessee is dead after confronting police in what's described as a violent altercation. We'll have more on that from Michigan News Network in just a few minutes. Buchanan High School science teacher Melissa Frost is in the running to be named Michigan's Teacher of the Year, and her district could not be more proud. Buchanan Community School Superintendent Patricia Robinson tells us Mrs. Frost handles several classes, including chemistry and biology, and she's always known for going the extra mile for students. And set for next Thursday is a presentation by the South Haven Speaker Series on the effects of climate change on Lake Michigan. Series President Mark Odland tells us that the guest speaker is Dr. Drew Gronwald, an associate professor of ecosystem science at the University of Michigan. Odland says there's a body of research showing that Lake Michigan is getting warmer, and they say that's not good. He's noticed when people talk about this, there are two common reactions. We'll explore that at 8 o'clock. In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Sports coming up in just a moment. Right now, let's find out what's happening around the state.
The Michigan News Network.
All right. Teresa chiming in said, I became allergic to some hand sanitizers.
Oh.
Yeah, you remember that during the pandemic, how there was like a hand sanitizer shortage. And, a lot of different companies were stepping up to manufacture their own. A lot of distilleries and
Journeyman. I remember theirs.
Yeah. I remember the local one, Iron Shoe, down by me in Niles. They had it. But now there's a lot of stuff to get to in just a moment. We'll talk about the hand sanitizer thing on the air. But yeah, a lot of the places that had the hand sanitizer, and I've always been one to have hand sanitizer at the ready. I've got it on my backpack right now.
Oh, do you have like a spray?
No, I've just got a little baby Yoda, on there. Can't really see it all that well.
That's a baby Yoda hand sanitizer.
Baby Yoda.
That's
Baby Yoda
cool.
Hand sanitizer holder.
Oh,
so it's a little silicone holder, and then I can swap out the bottles.
Oh, very nice.
Yep, because I'm a Baby Yoda fan and Mandalorian and all that stuff. But yeah, I always like to have it at the ready. My car, I always have a car. I have car stuff all the time. Do you? You're at the age where you probably have car Tylenol. Do you have car Tylenol?
No.
Do you have car?
I have car allergy medicine.
Yep, got to have that
because I used to forget to take my allergy pills in the morning.
You have napkins. Just in case
I do have napkins. I get extra napkins and I shove them in the side because I always make a mess.
Side or glove box?
I don't put stuff in the glove box except for like sunglasses and the owner's manual because I can't reach it. And did you
where do you
notice
put your registration? Like license and registration, where do you like to put that?
It's in the center console.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, center console.
I put mine usually in the glove box.
And I keep a copy in my wallet.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have two. They give you two, so I put two.
I never thought about it. And some people do it. They'll have like the little visor holder.
That likes a little indentation on your sun visor.
It does, and it gets a little annoying, especially if it starts to sag a little bit. It's an obstruction of vision.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Do you have a good glove box in the Ford?
Yes.
Okay.
I have Storage wise,
Yeah.
in the Ford is great.
Okay.
Because the glove box is good size. But I also have the center console.
Yeah.
Huge.
Okay. Does it have
It's-
like dual layer?
It has a little tray
Yeah.
that's like up top. You could put coins. I put all my coins in there when I go to the tolls, because that's still relevant these days. But my coins for stuff, and then it's got little compartments there, which is great. And then that tray can move out, and then there's a bunch of storage there. And then there's a lower compartment,
third level?
almost like a secret compartment.
Oh.
That if I wanted to hide candy bars and stuff like that.
Can you put ice in there? Is it good for ice?
I don't think so, but I would like that. And I think that's
Just
what
keep your soft drinks cold.
I think that's what we need to do. Is
Or
we need
beer.
to have no beer, no road pops. Yeah, cooler. I would like a cooler compartment somewhere for like if I get a soda or something like that to keep it cool,
or even just a refrigerator.
Yeah, because what I do hate is when I'll get a soda at the gas station or whatever, and I'll put it in the center console, and then of course in the summertime, what happens? Before you get done with that drink, it's warm.
Yeah, it's warm. It's no good.
So, I mean, I know they make the little center console like heaters to keep your coffee warm and stuff like that.
Really?
That you can get. Oh yeah,
Never heard of that.
All kinds of stuff.
A heater?
Yeah, I mean, I've got in my old car, I actually had I bought one of those power inverters.
Yeah.
That you plug into the little cigarette lighter thing, and then you got 2 plugs. I've got one of those.
Oh.
Yeah, those were always convenient if I were traveling and I need to if I don't have the car charger thing, I'm like, oh, well, I'll just use my regular plug charger.
Yeah.
Same thing if I got my laptop with me or something like that, and I had to do something quick in the car. I always had that. So yeah.
Huh.
But yeah, I always like to have convenient stuff like that when I travel. We're due for a road trip, man. We're trying to figure out because Plinko's getting old, and we're trying to think of at least one more place that he needs to go and visit.
Take him to Niagara Falls.
That is a good idea.
That'd be fun. It's only about 10 hours, 12 hours.
Yeah, Niagara Falls has been up there. Maine's been up there as a lot of East Coast stuff. Jocelyn wants to go west again.
Okay.
Because she went west without me. With her sister. They went out and visited her aunt and uncle and cousins down in Arizona.
Okay.
And then they kind of cruised up to some of the other really cool places, Grand Canyon and Horseshoe Bend and all those really cool places without me. So I'm a little envious of that. But yeah, Plinko's seen the Badlands. He's seen Mount Rushmore. He's seen Kokomo, Indiana, I think. Maybe not. I can't remember. But we've been up to the UP.
Okay.
Check that out. A lot of different
Take
places.
him to Florida.
Yeah.
Let him see an alligator or something.
Yeah, no. No, but my brother-in-law did see he was down in Florida working for a little while.
Yeah.
And he's out on one of those floating docks.
Yeah.
Doing some things.
Oh,
and
no.
he's like, yeah, so I'm tying off whatever, doing this stuff and looking around, and all of a sudden I see bloop, bloop, bloop. Alligators.
Oh.
Luckily, he was just like, he didn't freak out or anything. He's like, all right, I'm just gonna slowly back up and make my way that way.
They hide their food.
Yeah.
It's according to Roadhouse.
Oh, right. Yeah, we need to have an intervention here, folks. Ken has a problem.
The boys hadn't seen Roadhouse, and so it happened to be available. And then there was the leaving soon notice of the original Roadhouse. So this last weekend, the boys and I watched Roadhouse. This is my 3rd time.
I do enjoy the original Roadhouse. It was right in the peak era of was his. I would say that was his prime.
I'd say because there was a lot more skin than I remember in the
Right.
original version, and Patrick Swayze exercising those glutes.
The amount of oil that was probably used in those movies. That him, Van Damme, pretty much any Van Damme movie. It's like he's constantly sweating.
What's the one where he does the the dance, the cringe dance?
The cringe dance.
Cringy dance. You cringe when you see it because he's in the black tank top and he's doing the big puffy pants, the parachute pants.
I believe that's Hard Target.
Is it?
Is that where he's got a really weird, like Louisiana accent?
I think so.
He's got the long, nasty hair. The long hair that's like the guy that plays the saxophone shirtless.
I don't know. Let's see. So we get through this ad, then I'll show you.
I think Hard Target, I think, is the movie.
Here, come. No, he's got the show here. Come over here.
Which one?
Sorry, I can't show you.
Hang on. Let's see.
So it's this one.
Oh yeah, that is Kickboxer.
Yeah, Kickboxer.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Kickboxer's a good movie. Bloodsport, also another great movie. Another Van Damme movie I really enjoy is The Quest. That was kind of towards his later years.
Let's see.
Time Cop is another one. Time Cop.
So.
Oh yeah. This is high tech footage here, folks.
I know. I'm gonna break something.
Yeah, I'm
gonna break something. So
just tell people to Google it. Just Google it. We'll start to maybe next version 2 of this. We'll start to get we video adding abilities.
If you want an update on Morgan Wallen, we got to talk about that. If you want an update on our computer issue here, we had a power supply go out yesterday for one of our computers.
Yeah.
And Johnny and I tried to fix it, and we at least ruled out some potential issues.
Yes.
But
we are not IT people, but we are trial and error people. And we realized, well, this computer is not charging. And we thought, well, maybe it's the
power cord.
Maybe it's the power cord, or maybe it's the port. If it's the port and the power supply, then that's a bigger issue. Then we have to, probably swap out the computers.
Yeah.
And the charger, luckily, was the same charger as the computer that I have.
Yes.
And we're like, well, let's see if this one works. Turns out the one that I had worked, but what was weird is the cord that was not working in the other computer worked in my computer.
That is so weird.
My guess is like there's something with the pin maybe that goes in there to charge. Maybe it was not long enough.
To add additional confusion, we cornered the engineer. I cornered the engineer and said, "Hey, got an issue."
Yep.
And
how do we fix it?
We eventually came up with, here's another power cord that'll fit that, but it's actually lower voltage, so it's going to scream at you.
Oh.
But and it's working just fine.
And it hasn't screamed at us?
And it hasn't screamed at us
What's
yet.
it going to scream? Is it literally the computer going to go, ah?
It's going to say, you don't have enough power here.
Yep.
You don't have
I have an older computer that says, like, it's something, either the power cord or something with the battery or power supply in there, but I burn through batteries.
Oh.
Yeah. It's an old computer. So I usually keep it plugged in most of the time. And actually what I started doing is kind of, my brother did the same thing with one of his laptops.
Yeah.
Just take the battery out completely and just power cord it.
Oh, so it has
and
no
it works
battery.
just fine. It works just fine. All right.
Okay.
More IT conversations later. Let's get back to the show.
WSJM.
Hey, good morning. Be part of the show anytime. You can call 925-WSJM. You can email let's talk at WSJM.com, or you can just stop by our live stream. We are on our Facebook, YouTube, and X right now. If you'd like to comment about whatever we're talking about and you want to join in on the conversation. We were talking just a moment about Ken's problem with Roadhouse.
It's not a problem. It's a fun movie, and I wanted to share that fun with more people.
What do they say of people when they have addictions? Like you don't realize you don't fix the problem until you realize you have one. I think that's what they say.
I just happen to love the movie Roadhouse.
But the new one,
yeah,
you've seen the new one came out like a month ago, and I think you've seen it 3 times.
I've seen it 3 times,
all the way through.
All the way through.
So you're telling me, that Roadhouse.
And I've seen the original a lot more.
Roadhouse is that good that you've seen it 3 times, but yet Barbie, which was nominated for Best Picture, didn't win.
Didn't win.
But nominated for Best Picture, you fell asleep halfway through it.
Yeah.
And did not watch it again.
I should have a side gig as a movie reviewer. I could give it like 1 through 5 Z's.
Is it a love for Jake Gyllenhaal and his quality acting?
He's so good.
He is a great actor.
He's so good.
I do enjoy Jake Gyllenhaal.
And I think the novelty of Conor McGregor, just watching him, is hilarious.
His walk, his demeanor. I imagine this is one thing I would love to see with that movie is I'm probably not going to watch it again. But what I would love to watch is the blooper reel.
Oh yeah,
because it sounds like Conor McGregor, who is a professional fighter.
Oh yeah,
and one of the best of all time. He apparently had a good time with the fight scenes.
Oh yeah, good.
He didn't know how to pull a punch.
Yeah.
And Jake Gyllenhaal had told the story about how it was just on set he would I got headbutted first. That was the first thing that happened to me. He punched me in the face a couple times. So yeah.
And if you watch them back to back, it's fun to see the little Easter eggs that they plant in the new one.
Yeah.
That harken back to the former. So that's fun.
Because it's not a remake.
No.
Because the character names are different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but it's almost like they were related because I think Jake Gyllenhaal's character and Patrick Swayze's character, if I'm not mistaken, have the same last name.
Oh, the Dalton. Yeah.
They're Dalton.
Yeah. They're both Dalton.
So, but they never say like, oh yeah, my uncle dealt with the same problem in 1985.
Yeah. I can't remember. I think one of them called them sequel or maybe not. Maybe it was a remake. I don't know. Anyway, but yes, they are related and they are fun. And I'll let you know if I try to watch it a fourth time.
Jeez, if you watch it a fourth time,
I'll call my sponsor.
If you watch it a fourth time, I'm gonna have to call somebody.
Oh boy, hand sanitizer.
That's probably what the squirrel was doing. The squirrel was like, I can't keep watching Roadhouse through the window. Anyways, hand sanitizer, as you were saying, there is a recall.
Yeah, so this is affecting brands. Lots of the Aruba Aloe hand sanitizer gel.
Okay,
it is it's made by Aruba Aloe Balm. They are voluntarily recalling 40 lots of Aruba Aloe hand sanitizer gel, alcohol 80%, and the plain alcohol gel. At the consumer level, the products have been found to contain alcohol that was denatured with methanol, which too much exposure to methanol can result in nausea, vomiting, headache, blurred vision, coma, seizures, permanent blindness, permanent damage to the central nervous system, or death.
Okay.
So your hand sanitizer, if it's giving you any of those symptoms, including death, stop using it.
Yeah, never. That should never have been in that product to begin with.
They were denaturing the alcohol, but they were apparently using the wrong process.
Wow.
Yeah, or something happened that they didn't intend. So it's they're sold in 12 fluid ounce bottles.
Okay.
They have a lot of different lot numbers on there. The FDA has more information on that, but it's also under the brand name of Oranjestad, ORANJESTAD.
That seems safe.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Never did I think that I'd have to worry about hand sanitizer killing me.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right. I did have a hand sanitizer moment over the weekend.
Yeah, what happened?
Because, during the pandemic, hand sanitizer was everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it was being used
Everyone
so much.
wanted it.
Everybody wanted it. It was a hot commodity, but a lot of places, and I appreciated this, and still to this day, there are little hand sanitizer stations more prevalent in places. And there's front desks, a lot of different areas. I think that people should keep their hand sanitizer at the ready wherever they go. All people are dirty. People don't wash their hands enough.
Okay.
That's why I like to have hand sanitizer. I got it in my car, got it on my bag. I like to have it, but I didn't have it over the weekend, and I really, really needed it. When I was getting ice cream.
Yeah.
I will go. When people make that choice of when they see a product and then all of a sudden they make that choice to take the product they see, and then you see the abandoned product.
Yes.
Where it's like
the display.
Yeah, like I meant to get something like a healthy snack, and I bought a pack of Oreos, and all of a sudden you see a bag of lettuce next to the Oreos, and you're like, a decision was made. Well, this happened over the weekend where I was grabbing the ice cream, but somebody had like carrot cake. Like there was the store had these like individual 6-packs of little carrot cakes, not quite cupcakes. They were a little more substantial.
Okay.
So I would call them mini cakes.
Yum.
And I go to reach to grab the ice cream shelf off the shelf and topples over the 6-pack of little carrot cakes. So I didn't want to just leave it there.
Right.
But it had opened up and dumped the cakes. So I had to grab some of these cakes.
Oh, no.
And so now I'm walking in the store and I've got these sticky frosting hands and no hand sanitizer in sight. Yeah, and I'm just like, I'm like a doctor about to go into the surgery.
They fell out of the package?
They fell out of the package.
What'd you do with them?
Well, I put them back in the package and put it back on the shelf.
Oh, you did not.
Well, no, nobody's going to grab those.
Oh,
but it got some. There's more than carrots in that carrot cake. If somebody did go grab them, I was going to take them to like an attendant and say, hey, these have been damaged. You need to just toss them. But no, I was so distracted by the fact that I have to walk in there with my hands all sticky.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I was really mad, I was starting to get angry because I was like, are you telling me there's no hand sanitizer? There's no hand sanitizer stations over here. Nobody over here. All these little people that have the little tasting things and all the little snacks. You don't have a little squirt of hand sanitizer.
You were yelling at all these people.
On the inside.
Oh, okay. All right.
So the rage was building. But yeah, I was a little upset. So more hand sanitizer in more places.
Whatever happened?
That's the moral of the story.
Are you able to?
I didn't clean my hands until I got back in the car.
Oh, and then you got you had hand sanitizer there.
Touched all the products that I bought. So yeah, it was just a mess. I was ready to be home by then. I was like, I just want to go home. So that's what I did. So yes, moral of the story: keep hand sanitizer in more places and keep them that way. Stores as well should have hand sanitizer stations. Don't get rid of those.
You could get a little belt loop.
Ooh, yeah.
For your
like a holster?
Sanitizer. Yeah, like a holster.
Oh yeah. I like that idea. Maybe because I've always wanted the phone case holster thing. The belt clip. Yeah. So if I get that, and I've also always wanted the this is always a dream of mine, and I still to this day is I've always wanted the conductor change thing. You know, the little let me get you a few quarters. I've always wanted one of those. That is a dream of mine. Still to this day, as much as we don't use change all that much, I've always wanted one of those little belt clip change things.
Speaking of change, where do you go if you have a lot of coins? And you've separated them all because I gave one of my kids a job to separate the coins of this big coin jar. Where do you go to cash these things in? Because I'm thinking maybe the bank.
Yep, bank will have. Some banks will have them.
Are there stores around here that have the change things where you dump the change
Coinstar thing or coin whatever companies? Yeah, they do.
Do they take a cut?
Yes, they take a percentage. Now, if you take it to a bank or credit union, there are some that I have seen that will have the thing, and they will not charge you if you're a member of that said financial institution.
Okay.
But I do hate though is because another therapeutic thing for me is rolling coins.
Yes.
When I was a kid, I always my mom would have a big jar of pennies, and it was just this therapeutic thing of I'm going to make these 50 cent rolls of pennies. And then I brought them to the bank one time, and what did they do? Ripped them open, threw them in this machine,
just like
because they are like, you don't need to do that anymore. You don't need to roll those anymore.
You have to like sign your name on it, saying yes, this is 50 pennies.
No.
It really is. This is an
affidavit. we used to have address labels.
That
we would slap on the side of those things.
Yeah, because they wouldn't take them otherwise.
No. And then I went to the bank one day, and they were like, you don't need to do that. They just ripped them open. All that work that I did. Ripped them open and dumped them into the drawer. Yeah, we trust you. Or they'll put them in the counter thing to count and make sure that you were correct right in front of you. So yeah, but you can take those coins if you'd like. Whether your jar full of things or if you've sorted all that stuff, you can get your money back.
If you have any tips, let me know.
Yeah, I will. Okay. A lot of other things to get to. Speaking of money, business, and all that other stuff, we got you covered with Moody on the Market. We'll get to that update here in just a moment.
Shop local, buy local, save.
Yeah. If you Probably the financial institution that you were a member of, I'm sure,
Okay.
would have them. I know, and you'd have to double check locations because I've seen. I'm trying to think. United, right down the road here, I think might have them. Honor Credit Union, I think, has them. Horizon might have it as well. It's like pretty much down this road. But I believe, where you don't get charged or you don't have to run into any hassle is if you go to your whatever financial institution you are a member of. There's a good chance they will.
Okay. Yeah.
Jeff laughing at the he said no holster. He said he's just imagining Johnny Batman with his bat belt with the phone, the hand sanitizer, and the coin dispenser.
How cool would that be?
Oh man, it'd be great.
Yeah.
I would be like a police officer. You know, police officers got their walkie-talkie, their handcuffs, their phone, they've got all their things that they need for their job, all on the holster. And I've talked with police officers, and they're like, the amount of weight that all of this stuff adds to your person is just ridiculous. How they're able to still continue to do their job, I have no idea. Firemen as well, you know, all the stuff that they have. But yeah, I wanted like a policeman's holster, or Batman holster. Just a big belt.
That'd be good.
Yeah. And then
able to dispense quarters at a moment's notice.
And then I'll get a belt buckle. I'll go to the fair this year and I'll get a belt buckle, custom belt buckle made. Be great.
What do you do with belt buckles anymore?
I don't know.
Anybody?
I don't know.
JM.
Because I found a belt buckle.
You found a belt buckle?
The other day.
You're talking like a rodeo belt buckle.
Like a rodeo belt buckle. And it has a big old bass on it.
Oh, nice.
And I don't know what to do with it.
Your son's a fisherman.
He is a fisherman.
Would he wear it?
I'll have to ask him. I don't know if he has any belts that would accept that. Because you have to have a belt.
You got to have a special belt
that accepts the belt buckle. I just remember always having an issue with the belt buckle that it wouldn't stay latched.
Right.
It'd be flipping open.
Yeah, after a while, it doesn't, there's no proper attachment thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should try it out. And maybe when you go to the fair this year, where they have the belt buckles and the custom belts that you can get a belt with your name on it on the back, which that's a cool idea. I've been wanting to get that. Jocelyn has to steer me away from the leather guy.
Okay.
The custom leather guy, because I either want boots,
but it's so nice,
cowboy hats, or belt buckles.
Yeah.
But anyways, speaking of that, we'll probably talk country music a little bit later on this morning.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right.
There was an interesting thing that happened.
Oh man.
Yeah, just another one.
Sometimes when they get big and famous, they do silly things.
But for now, we want to tell you about your Moody on the Market update. It's brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service, a local auto owners insurance company. Call IMS today. And we've got your update right now at moodyonthemarket.com.
That's right. And talking about kind of a business update here, talking about positive signs emerging in West Michigan's economy, kind of a good news story. A survey from Grand Valley State University, the professor there says there are modest signs of growth in West Michigan's economy. A monthly survey conducted by a Grand Valley State University researcher indicates the area manufacturers and businesses are seeing signs of modest growth in the economy. Brian Long, who's the director of supply management research at GVSU's Seidman College of Business, said several metrics in his report rose in March and hinted at a recession-free 2024. Great news for businesses there, though some responses from surveyed purchasing managers reflect still a little bit of caution. He says with this month's positive numbers, it seems obvious to him that barring some kind of black swan event, that a recession is not just around the corner and now improbable for the rest of the year.
A black swan event. I like that.
Those are fine. Well, we don't like those. We don't want those to happen.
No. I don't like that. But I like black swan event. Just sounds cool.
He says we've built up a few cautionary bubbles. As you can imagine, we talk a lot about the economy, both at a local scale and on a national scale, and people are understandably a little bit wary. He says we've built up a few cautionary bubbles. We've averaged a post-war recession about every 6 years. So we're not immune to recessions, and we need to keep a close watch on 2025 and beyond. He says several key indices from his report trended upward in March. Let's see, they looked at new orders. They were up plus 10 versus plus 3 in February. The production index, as far as output, went up 2 versus down 10 in February. The employment index went up 9 versus down 7 in February. And lead times index down 2 versus down 5 in February. So you can see in all those different index areas, improvement.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can read that full article and more later on this morning at moodyonthemarket.com.
On the fresh new look,
That's right.
moodyonthemarket.com. I'm
Yeah.
looking at it right now. I was the entire time you were talking about that story, I would be distracted about the new look, because this is my first time having a view of the new layout.
Yeah.
So.
They're still working out some kinks. So
okay.
We'll yeah, it's pretty. I like it.
Ken has some suggestions.
I have some suggestions.
Wait for those.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. No, that's it's something to see. So go check that out and see those stories and more at moodyonthemarket.com and on the app. I haven't seen. Is the app different? Is the app similar?
No, the app's the same right now.
Okay,
but I can develop suggestions there too.
I'm sure you will. Well, your update is brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners insurance agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles. News, sports, and a whole lot more coming up next.
Rich Brand and Tarek Halsey of IMS Insurance Management Service, your...
All right, everybody. That about does it. Yeah, you got to check out the moodyonthemarket.com. I'm looking at it right now. Right there, you got the Moody on the Move series and a whole bunch of other stuff. What's happening? Look, there's a little ticker. Oh, there's a ticker.
Isn't that fun?
Look at that.
Trending stuff.
Trending stuff. Interesting. So go check it out when you get a chance. But thank you guys for all that you do. Just looking at the comments here. Jeff says he has a variety of belt buckles for the leather belts, HD, Ariat, Whirlpool. Wait, there's a Whirlpool belt buckle?
Wow.
Dude, I got to see that. Please post the picture in the comments. He says he mostly wears Harley Davidson buckles when he rides. Riding a motorcycle. You got a motorcycle. You don't have a Harley Davidson belt buckle?
Belt buckle, no. No.
All right.
I fear that it'll cause internal damage if I lay the bike over.
Yeah.
Or it'll scratch my gas tank.
Right.
I wouldn't want to do that.
All right, everybody. Have a great day, and we will talk to you again here tomorrow.